Hey, what's going on guys, Mr. Hollow here, and if you're watching this then you probably know by now it's time for your favorite show, Hello Kitty and Friends. Seriously? Sorry about that, here's a fresh episode of Tech Report Weekly. Many of you have been waiting for this announcement, and on April 12th, HTC finally revealed their new flagship, the HTC 10. Design-wise, it looks very similar to the HTC One M9, sort of, as it was to be expected, but it is a real flagship this time, unlike that HTC One A9 garbage that we were thrown last year. Spec-wise, it's exactly where it should be, with a top-of-the-line Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 CPU, 4GB of RAM, a 5.2-inch Super LCD 5 display sporting a 1440p resolution, and a 564 pixels per inch density, a microSD card slot, a fingerprint sensor, a 12-megapixel rear camera shooter, and a 5-megapixel front one. HTC boasts a 2-day battery life with the included and non-removable 3000 mAh battery, and a 50% charge time in half an hour thanks to the Quick Charge 3.0 technology. If you're worried about the camera quality, then you should know that DxOMark gave it a score of 88, which puts it as a front runner alongside the Galaxy S7. As it should be, you'll get Android 6.0 Marshmallow out of the box and the first in Android Apple AirPlay support. The sound should also be top-notch thanks to the HTC Boom Sound Hi-Fi Edition and Dolby Audio 4 tech included. Price-wise, it's on the same level as the Galaxy S7, which is $700 for the 32GB version, and if you live in the US, Canada or UK, you can grab one of the codes in the video description in order to get a hefty discount on the HTC online store when pre-ordering the new handset. I'm curious to see how many of you are getting the HTC 10, so let me know down in the description below what's the main reason you would get it. Is it the camera, is it the design, or is it the sound tech included? Meizu Pro 6's launch was obviously shadowed by the launch of the HTC 10, but they launched their new flagship for 2016 as well. Spec-wise, the phone looks like a downgrade from last year's Pro 5, with a 10-core MediaTek Helio X25 CPU, a 5.2-inch 1080p Super AMOLED display, 4GB of RAM, a 21.16-megapixel camera with an f2.2 aperture, USB 3.1 with an USB-C connector, and a 2560 mAh battery. It comes in 3 colors of gold, grey and silver, and costs about $390 for the 32GB model and $440 for the 64 one. If you're rocking an AMD FreeSync capable graphics card, then ASUS has some new gadgets for you. The MG248Q is a 24-inch Full HD monitor with a 40 to 144 Hz refresh rate, a twisted nematic or TN panel, and a 1 millisecond gray-to-gray response time, while connection-wise it has a DisplayPort 1.2, HDMI 1.4, and a DVI-D connector. Jumping into 4K resolution, we have the MG24UQ and the MG28UQ, a 23.6-inch monitor with an in-plane switching or IPS display, respectively a 28-inch one with a TN panel, both with a 30 to 60 Hz refresh rate and the same ports, a DisplayPort 1.2, HDMI 2.0 and 2 HDMI 1.4. Oh look, more Razer products! This time it's an expensive pair of headphones dubbed the Razer ManO'War, and as expected, they're extremely expensive at $170, but at least they're compatible with PCs, Macs and PS4s. They're wireless if you're into that kind of thing, with a 14-hour battery life or 7 days of gaming, whatever that means, a retractable microphone, and obviously Chroma! Admit it, you didn't expect that one, did you? Yep, I'm just being sarcastic. I know. You might remember that a few weeks ago Evolution Studios was closed by Sony. The good news is that Codemasters bought it and they'll be working on future racing games together. I love happy endings. Swords and Giant Robots? Yup, Titanfall 2 was recently announced with a teaser trailer, and we'll get to see the full trailer on June 12th. Android N Preview 2 has been released this week, which brings even more new stuff to the world of Android, like Vulkan support, new API changes and emojis, or bug fixes. That is enough for this week, and if you're still watching this, then you know it's time to click some buttons, especially the like and the subscribe ones. If you enjoyed it enough, don't forget to share this awesome video, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!